Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. You know what? Happy Martin Luther King Day, everybody. Can we get a shot of the dome? Is that possible? Yeah. That's up there all the time. It just happens to be fitting tonight. Yeah. For anyone who had today off, I hope you celebrated in the traditional way by sleeping in so you too could have a dream. Donald Trump observed the holiday by visiting the National Museum of African American History, or more accurately, canceling his visit to the National Museum of African American History. Although, I guess, in a way, that might be good. The last thing we need is Trump learning more about segregation. Trump spent very busy. He's a very busy guy. Very busy guy. That one for you, sir. Trump spent the weekend attacking civil rights icon John Lewis on Twitter. Now, to be fair, Congressman Lewis kind of started it when he appeared on The Goatee Report with Chuck Todd and said this.
I don't see this president-elect as a legitimate president.
You do not consider him a legitimate president. Why is that?
I think the Russians participated in helping this man get elected.
Strong words. Strong, accurate words. And in response, to this opinion, Trump tweeted, Congressman Lewis should spend more time on fixing and helping his district, which is in horrible shape and falling apart, not to mention crime-infested, rather than falsely complaining about the election results. All talk, 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 no action or results, sad. Yes. Well said. John Lewis is all talk, talk, talk. Unlike a real leader like Trump, who's all tweet, tweet, tweet. So Trump... John Lewis. Tweet. So Trump spent the Martin Luther King weekend attacking a civil rights leader who marched and was beaten with Dr. King. What's he going to do on Easter? Loser Jesus dead for 3 days. Then we're supposed to believe he just wakes up. Fake news. I like gods who don't die. Where's the rebirth certificate? I don't get it. No. Buddha, you're fat. You're a 6 at best. Trump has been lashing out at a lot of people lately. Yeah. He's even lashed out at his friend with benefits, the media. There's a rumor going around, just started this last week, that Trump may evict the press from their offices in the White House. Well, I mean, he's got to. He's got to make room. He's got to make room for Putin's dojo. In case you're wondering, this is not normal. Reporters have had a workspace in the White House since Teddy Roosevelt. Fun fact, back then, the Roosevelt Room was just called The Room. Now, why would Trump kick the press out of the White House? According to an anonymous member of the transition team, the press is, quote, the opposition party. I want him out of the building. So there you have it. The free press joins Trump's enemies list, along with intelligence agencies, civil rights leaders, Meryl Streep, and non-absorbent hotel mattresses. But God, I'll tell you one thing. I hope that Russian mattress wasn't a memory foam, or that mattress is going to wake up screaming someday. But Mike Pence, remember Mike Pence? Mike Pence wants you to know it's nothing sinister here.
Esquire has a report that the Trump administration is thinking of moving the press out of the White House. Is that a logistical move or a punitive move?
I think no decision's been made on that yet. The White House is actually 18 acres. They're giving some consideration to finding a larger venue on the 18 acres.
Yeah, and if they can't find room for them in the White House, they'll just send the press to that farm upstate. You know, they'll be happier running around chasing rabbits and ethics violations with your childhood dog. But if the press is being kicked out because they're the enemy, then why do they also want them to have more room? According to Trump Press Secretary Sean Spicer, this is about greater accessibility, more people in the process. Oh, okay, so they want to get rid of the press, but make room for more reporters who aren't the opposition. I wonder what that would look like. To see what that looks like, we've obtained this exclusive footage of my imagination.
Mr. President, Sarah Miller, True Patriot. Power Flag. Please comment on the totally real news that Nancy Pelosi is running a robot sex ring in the basement of Chuck E. Cheese.
Mr. President. Melissa Rodriguez from News Bonk. We bonk the news. Can you please explain why you're so great?
Mr. President. Frank DeWitt from Frank DeWitt's Facebook page. What can I say to my nephew Brian at dinner to make him look like a real sissy in front of his girlfriend?
Mr. President.
Scoops with a Z from the Burger King Kids menu. What's your favorite Burger King menu item?
Dan Bromley, CNN. Mr. President, the scandals continue to amalgamate.
He's okay. God, I hope he's okay. Oh, hold on. Come out of it. Come out of it. Well, my imagination takes a long time to get into, and we get out of it really fast. Here's some things he might have to answer some questions about fairly soon. There's been some trouble with the inauguration, besides who's being inaugurated. This past weekend, after it was announced that she would definitely be performing for Trump, Broadway star Jennifer Holliday has pulled out of the event. And so talented. Such a talented, lovely lady. And I believe we have footage of her official statement to the inaugural committee.
And I am telling you, I'm not going.
So that's clear. That's clear. But as we talked on Friday, I told you this on Friday, one of Trump's big gets was Springsteen cover act The B Street Band. But now they've also withdrawn from the inaugural. They're out.
The B Street
They're out. They're clean.
Band. You get the C Street Band.
This gives Trump no choice now but to book my musical act, The G Street Band. New Jersey's best B Street Band cover band. The songs you love covered, and then those covers are covered again by us. Now, there's... Here's some shocking news. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey is officially shutting down. Yeah, apparently the circus doesn't think they could compete against the Trump presidency. Makes sense. Makes sense. What with all the marriages, he does have 3 rings. Now, it's... Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. You're very kind. Exactly what that deserved. Thank you, Joe. It's too bad. The circus employs 500 people who are now sadly packing their things and all getting into a single clown car. This is sad news for every kid threatening to run away and join the circus. And also sad news for every parent with a creepy old-fashioned kid who still says stuff like that. This really is, I believe, the end of an era, since the Ringling Brothers Circus has been running for 146 years, which makes it the second longest running show in history, right after The Simpsons. Now, I think that's right. And the circus won't officially close until May. So if you did not get a chance to see it, you had 150 years. No one feels bad for you. But the circus tradition may live on with this administration. After all, founder P.T. Barnum was a famous showman and self-promoter who ended up going into politics late in life. And while Trump wrote The Art of the Deal, Barnum actually wrote a book called The Art of Money Getting. It's an awkward title, but he hadn't read The Art of Word Using yet. And of course, though P.T. Barnum is famous for saying there's a sucker born every minute, Donald Trump is famous for proving it. We've got a great show.